What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be another cooking with me video. In today's video we're going to be making Enchiladas Verdes. I know everybody out there have been making the Enchiladas Verdes recipe. I personally have not been able to find anybody that does their enchiladas like mine. But yeah, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my enchiladas and the steps that I follow. I'm obviously going to start all the way from, cociendo el pollo and all of that stuff to like making the salsa, everything I add, and how I serve it. So if you guys are interested in my Enchiladas Verdes recipe, just keep on watching. So we're going to get started by adding water to my olla and turning it to medium-high heat. I'm also going to go in and add about 1 tablespoon of salt and about 1/4 of an onion. Now I'm going to start by washing off all of my chicken breasts, making sure they're nice and clean. They have all of the excess skin off of them. As I finish up washing them, I'm just placing them on a paper towel so I can dry off any excess water. I'm just going to go and throw them in my preheated water and let them cook for about 2 or 3 hours. Meanwhile, we're gonna get ready to make our salsa. I usually like to use about 4 jalapenos and 3 serranos. Today I only had 1 serrano, so that is what I'm gonna use. So I added a little bit of extra jalapenos just to make sure it's nice and spicy. After I put my chiles to boil for me to make my salsa, I'm just gonna shred some cheese. It's obviously a couple of hours later. My chicken is about ready. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out of the olla and start shredding it. And if there's something about cooking that I hate is shredding chicken, so I'm just gonna go and use my little secret, which is using my mixer to shred the chicken. So now that my chicken is all shredded, I'm just going to take as many tortillas as we're going to be using and put them in a plastic bag and microwave them for about 2 minutes until they're completely soft. I know for a lot of people, they like to just go ahead and put their tortillas in the comal and warm them up that way. But I'm constantly on the go, so this is what works for me. Now that my tortillas are all warmed up, I'm going to move on to making my enchiladas into the shape of flautas or just rolled tacos to be able to fry them. Now that I've got all my tacos rolled up, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the salsa. That way I can start preheating while I'm frying the tacos. But I'm just going to throw in all of my chiles in the blender. I forgot to add a piece of onion here, but usually I like to add onion. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and use the piece that I used to boil the chicken. preheat my salsa, I just like to add a couple drops of oil, and once it's pretty warmed up, I'll just throw my salsa in there. Once my salsa is preheated, I'm just gonna add the secret ingredient, which is cream of mushrooms. Now that I've added the cream of mushrooms, I'm just going to stir it until it's completely mixed and boiled. Once it starts boiling, I'm just going to throw in some seasoning. That way it gives it the perfect flavor, and then I can turn it down to very low heat. Now that my salsa is ready, I'm just gonna move on to frying my tacos and get ready to make my enchiladas. Because I'm making enchiladas, I don't want for my tacos to be super fried and crispy, so I'm just gonna let them sit in the warm oil. I have it at medium heat for a couple of seconds, make sure they're nice and soft, and then take them out of the oil. Now that all of my tacos are fried, I'm just gonna throw a couple of them into the salsa so they can start getting soaked up, and then I'll start serving each plate with however many enchiladas they want. I'm just putting a little bit more of the salsa on top, as well as cheese. If you want, you can go ahead and melt the cheese in the microwave, but usually since the salsa is pretty warm, it'll just melt it on its own. Alright you guys, so that is it for my Enchiladas Verdes recipe. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and if you do recreate it, don't forget to show me how you liked it. I know it's a little bit different. I do have a lot of new exciting videos coming up. I have another recipe video coming right up, which is going to be in the next couple of days. I have 2 postre videos, and most importantly, I know everybody loved my sister's gender reveal video, so I have another little surprise coming up for that. We're thinking of doing some kind of like a baby shower for her. Obviously with this whole quarantine and stuff, there's not much we can do, but you know, we still want to make it a little bit special for the baby girl, and the time is just approaching us. She is about, I think, 8 weeks away, so we'll be getting a little baby soon, which we're so excited about. But without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and click on the little bell